Hello and welcome to the Financial Bunny TV. My name is Nicolette Mashid, and of course, I am your financial bunny. I am at the AMC, which is the Africa Member Convention of the ACCA. Now, if you don't know, the ACCA is the Association for Chartered Certified Accountants. And I have the pleasure of sitting down with Samuel Maimbo, who's the Vice President for Budget, Performance Review and Strategic Planning at the World Bank. And let me tell you, I know you're probably sitting there thinking, World Bank? Yes, indeed. And let me tell you, he went through the ACCA journey. So if you guys, welcome first and foremost, Samuel.
Thank you.
Tell us a little bit about your journey. I mean, you said 1998, a couple of years ago, but I'm sure you can still remember it.
It's been a fun journey, and I've enjoyed every bit of it.
Yeah.
I first asked my father if I could be a professional artist. Being a good African father, he said, go and become an accountant, and then you can paint as much as you want.
Okay.
So I did ACCA on my own.
Oh, wow.
When I finished, I then went and did an MBA in finance to complement the work that I had done.
Yes.
And I still was interested, still very academically curious, so I did my PhD at the same time as well.
Okay.
And so when I finished those, that's when I joined the bank as a young professional.
Yes.
And since then, it's been 23 years of doing some really fascinating work around the World Bank in different teams, different regions. And I still love the profession. I take every opportunity to come and join the ACCA and learn, because the profession is changing rapidly. And the fact that this was an invitation to do it in South Africa was an easy yes for me.
Yes, of course, our sunny days. Now, I cast my eye around the room and I saw a diverse group of people, right? Couple of young people, quite a number of women, and that was very interesting. What does that diversity bring to the profession?
It brings a great deal, because we've long moved away from the time when professions were sort of stoic, with standards that had been in place for many years. The world is changing so rapidly that you need to have diverse views all the time.
Absolutely.
We need to have young people at the table. We need to have Africans at the table. We need to have LGBTQ individuals at the table.
Absolutely.
Because the pace of change is incredible. Just to give you one notion, as sitting at the World Bank working on the budget, about 5 years ago, I'm going to say a decade ago, we would have a major crisis every 2 to 3 years. We've had about 5 already. And these crises have been economic, they've been debt-related, they've been natural disasters, and now we have the war in Gaza. So if you're a finance professional, you have to have a diverse range of skills to bring to the table. If you're dealing with something like Gaza, it's one thing to account for how you actually pay for people to evacuate.
Absolutely.
But you need different skills to make sure that they're still getting paid. They're looking after their family. You're looking at development. I mean, kids still need the basics of life.
Absolutely.
So the diversity of skills means that I want to have people with different backgrounds in the room. So it's not, we're not just looking at hiring accountants. We want people who have done work in sociology, in geography, in history, all of these. That diversity is what helps us come up with solutions when we face challenges we haven't faced before in the past.
Sustainability is the theme for the year.
That it is.
What does that actually mean? I think we all speak about sustainability, we throw around ESG, but what does it look like practically? Not whitewashing, not, what does it practically look like, especially on the African continent?
Look, I was a skeptic about sustainability, climate change. I said, look, I'm African. I have real problems with hunger, food, before you talk to me about climate. But the reality is, I spent about 5 years working on the African continent.
Okay.
When you see the erosion by the coast, you see farming seasons change, you see the impact on basic nutrition, that tells you that sustainability is here. And so in practical terms for us, it means that as we plan development programs across the world, we're making sure that we are focusing on resilient agriculture. We're focusing on preserving water in our dams longer than we had to, because we're never sure when the rainy season is going to come back. When we're talking about energy is an issue around climate. It's about sustainability. So in practical terms, as an accountant, 3 things that I'm interested in. Are my projections sustainable?
Okay.
Have I factored in potential changes in climate?
Okay.
Do I have the financial instruments I need to make sure that as my bank or my financial institution is stressed, I have lines of credit to tide me through when, say, farmers aren't able to pay me in time? And thirdly, do my people understand how to report performance. Because it's not enough to just simply assume everything is okay. Even as South Africa goes through this heat wave, there are many businesses whose performance will change. You've got to be able to factor that in. And if it's a one-off, it's easy. But this trend is going to continue. So as you make your financial projections 3 years from now, that's sustainability for me.
I like that, because I think if you bring it down to the type of people that obviously watch our content, I want to attach it close to them, is there may potentially be a performance impact on their assets, their portfolios, their investments because of sustainability. Am I on the right path?
You've summarized it really well.
Yeah.
And so sometimes when people think about impact on their products, climate is too far-fetched.
Yes.
Let me take insurance. You and I pay insurance premiums on our motor vehicles, on our houses.
Absolutely.
Right? Take into account that last year we had natural disasters that had that did damage to the value of $275 billion. 120 billion of that was insured. So all these insurance companies now suddenly have to pay more because of natural disasters. How do you think they're going to recover? Because insurance companies don't lose money. I can tell you
they gotta increase those premiums.
So they increase your premiums.
Yes.
So you see that little increase in premiums. That's directly impacting
to the pocket.
Lives, So I know it's very tempting. I was like that in the past. Climate was just too far-fetched, but it's here. It's on the quality of the roads we have, the quality of houses we have. We have to use different materials if we're going to make it. If we're going to live through long-term what this means. And I think the advice I have for young people, especially, whatever you're studying, make sure you're constantly asking yourself, what impact does sustainability have on my career? Whether it's architecture, whether it is accounting, whether it is agriculture, that's here and now. It's not in the distant future. And I think that's where the investment is really important.
It would be amiss if I let you go without asking you this very important question. You've got 2 children. What is the biggest money lesson that you want to pass on to them?
I feel for them because as soon as they became 10 years old, I opened a bank account.
Good.
And I sit down with them weekly to make sure, not weekly, they get a weekly allowance, but at the end of the month we sit down to see what their budget is for the next 6 months.
Oh, I absolutely love that.
The key thing I think the key lesson that I learned that I'm hoping I'm passing on, you will never have enough money to do everything you want to do in life, but you will always have enough money to do what you need to do. If you plan for it.
Oh, I absolutely
And so that's the key lesson.
Sure. That is fantastic, guys. It is Sam Maimbo, who is from the World Bank. Thank you very much. We really appreciate it. Are you looking forward to the CFO Awards?
I am definitely looking forward to it. And thank you very much for the invitation. I love programs like yours that make finance accessible. It's not this mythical thing.
Yes.
You can break it down. Finance is all around us. And the programs like yours are doing a fantastic job. We need to make sure that every primary school kid in South Africa, across the continent, understands compound interest. If they can just understand that one term, they will do well in life.
Can you become my ambassador?
Anytime.
I'll take you everywhere. Thank you very much, Sam. We do appreciate it. Thank you very much for tuning into the Financial Buddy TV. I will see you guys on the next one. And remember, there is definitely an end and a rainbow at the end of your ACCA journey.